Hello and happy Tuesday. I am MJ and this is a general reading for January 9th. Let's dive in here. Today I'm using my unfinished business deck, and as you may have noticed, I posted already this morning that I spoke with the printer yesterday and this deck is in production. However, if I wanted to add decks to my existing order, the window for that is closing very quickly here, and it's Thursday. So although I have an existing order for all of you who have pre-ordered, thank you so much. If you are someone who kind of waited to the last minute, or you're just discovering this deck now, you have until Thursday if you'd like to place your order. After that, I have to close it, and I won't be taking any more orders for the first edition of this deck. That is it. And this deck has been 2 years in the making. I started it back in October 2021, and I can't believe we're finally here. We're finally at that final leg of this journey for this deck. So if you want to get your hands on it, don't wait until after it's released, because it will not be there. Like a ghost in the night, it's going to vanish. And I don't know when it will return. It might be later this spring. It might be next year. I don't know. So I do know that the cutoff is Thursday. And if you'd like to get your copy, it's now, or between now and Thursday. And after that, there will not be extras. So, all right, let's dive in. Let's see what we have going on, and we'll see what these ghosts bring to us. So the first card I'm going to pull is that influencing energy. So we're going to see who shows up, how are they going to influence us, what their story is here, and how it's going to impact the upcoming situation. And we'll see how those two energies play. How do those two ghosts get along? And then we'll call upon the uninvited house guest. Who's knocking on our door? Who's showing up and contributing their energy to our story? And then we're going to wrap it all up with some words of advice. Okay. So starting us off here, the energy that's influencing us. Okay, we have this energy of the Six of Swords. And this is the story of Erin and her son On. And, this is a time of moving away from perhaps a difficult moment in your life, of stress, of healing. This is a time to move forward. And isn't this interesting? Because we had this card, oh my God, we had this card yesterday with the Guardian of the Night deck. Let me see if I have it here. We had this card yesterday. Isn't that interesting? Okay, anyway, that's the energy that's influencing us. So maybe we're really going to lean into this transition of moving away from something that might not have been healthy or fulfilling, or it's that general feeling of the long haul, of moving towards something better, knowing it's going to take time, recognizing it's not a sprint but a marathon, and embracing this time of just moving into a new place and feeling optimistic about it. So here you can see Erin, the story of this woman is that she escaped an abusive husband and took her child so that he didn't grow up in a house that was abusive. And although it's sad, it's something that no one wants. No one goes into a relationship or goes into a situation, anticipating something to be destructive. But sometimes we have to move away from things that are harmful or hurtful to us. And it's in that process of moving away that we find the future, that we find hope for that future. So let's see here. And hopefully the situation that you're moving away from is not one so dramatic, but one that you recognize may not have been as fulfilling as you would like, or maybe didn't pan out the way you had hoped, but you're still optimistic about where you're going. And there is this sense of healing. Maybe you're recovering from an illness. And although nobody wants to experience an illness, maybe it was that illness that was the catalyst for a change in your health, or moving you into a more healthy way of being. All right, let's see here. Who's showing up? Oh, no, this is the situation. Well, I should say that is which ghost is going to bring us a situation here. Judgment. So this is a time of perhaps examining where you've been, your story, thinking about perhaps areas of your life that you need to go back and reconcile. This is a time to find enlightenment and rise up and recognize that you're not your past, that this history that you're leaving behind does not define you. So whatever this situation is that comes up, it's going to bring you into a new place of transcendence. You know, you're going to find yourself in a place where you are able to recognize that your future is one that you create, but you have to recognize the past and you have to atone for that past. And however the situation arises, it's going to feel very much transitional. It's going to feel very much like you're moving on. And you might have to ask forgiveness. You might have to offer forgiveness to someone. You might have to recognize that this is a cord that needs to be cut as well, so that you can rise up. So let's see who's showing up here. This is definitely what I'm seeing right now, is a move towards something better. But it takes recognizing that the past is still the past, but you're not defined by it. You're not, you don't owe anything to your past other than acknowledging it, you know? Okay, so showing up at our door here is, okay, so we have this energy of the 8 of Wands. So, this is going to be a very swift moving energy. Whoever this is that's coming in is going to usher in this change, this movement towards something new very quickly. They're going to offer perhaps a way to expedite things. And you want to be really careful here, because although it can sound wonderful to move through this journey very quickly, it can feel like, yeah, let's get this ball rolling, right? Let's make this journey shorter so that I can get to that end goal, so I can get that instant gratification. Well, that is great, and I am all for that. Lord knows, you guys, if anyone here, those of you who know me, patience is something I don't have a lot of when it comes to things that I want. So the 8 of Wands that comes in here is offering you, the fast track to perhaps rising up, to perhaps overcoming a challenge that maybe held you back, to recognizing that your story is just one of many in your lives, and now it's time to move on to the next one. However, be careful, right? Because as the cautionary tale here of this cliff diver will tell you, if you don't pay attention to the signs, if you don't pay attention to the details, you may find yourself in a position that you can't back out of, right? Once you jump off that cliff, you're pretty much committed. And that's what you have here. So whoever this is that's coming in is offering you an opportunity to jump into something that will change your life. Here, you can see from the 6 of Swords and Judgment sitting here, it's going to change your life significantly. But you just want to make sure that you're changing it for the better. So let's see what the advice is. Like, you don't want to jump from the frying pan into the fire, so to speak here. Okay, so who's showing up with their little bit of wisdom here? What do they see from the other side? Ah, look at this. Ace of Swords. So this is a challenging time. This is a time perhaps to recognize that you do have some obstacles to overcome. But when you do that, when you start that ball moving, right? When you start recognizing, and we have, I noticed yesterday we had 2 swords as well. When we have this energy kind of building here, where you have movement moving towards enlightenment, it does bring challenges in itself. right? Because you have to face maybe some realities that maybe were difficult in the past, but now that you're in a situation that's calling on you to acknowledge those realities, you'll find that with the Ace of Swords here, that you have the ability to find the clarity that you need. You'll understand the situation better, and you'll have that strength, that fortitude to overcome any obstacle. You know, things are going to move quickly, and because you have this Ace of Swords sitting here, it's like, to me, although yes, it can bring with it a challenge in a way, because all of a sudden you see things that maybe you didn't see before, and now you have to address them. Because things are going to move quickly, you'll slice through it like butter. Everything will be just fine, because you have that ability to recognize what is working, what isn't working, what's right for you, what isn't right for you, where you need to move away from, what isn't, what's holding you back, where you need to go, where is that path to healing that you need to start on. And I feel like with all of that, this whole reading is all about this great transition that you're on. This is a new year, right? This is a time, this literally is the perfect time to rise up and let go of 2023 maybe. Let go of some of the mistakes, or let go of some of the, some of the issues that didn't bring you joy last year. Maybe some of the struggles that you faced, and recognize that was 2023, and this is a new year, and things are going to move quickly. And I had I posted a video around the holiday, around New Year's Day, and I just did like a single card pull, and it was the 8 of Wands, and somebody pointed out that this is an 8 year. And so here we are. This is a year where things are going to move quickly, and we're going to find opportunities will come to us quickly. But we also need to recognize that not every opportunity is golden, and although it might sound really good, do your research, right? Analyze it. Don't jump in with just pure emotion right now. This is a time to jump in with your mind. Is it logically sound? Does it make sense? And when you do that, you're going to be more critical perhaps of each opportunity, and you'll be able to suss out the ones that make the most sense, so that you don't make a critical error, so that you're not just jumping in hoping for the best. You're jumping in knowing that you're making the right decisions, that you're moving yourself into a better place, that you're rising up, that you're shedding the skin of the past, so that you can create something greater and better for the future, for you and for those who you care about. So peace, love, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.